Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. If you stuck around from trailer time, thank you for that as well.
Welcome to the Math
Hi,
Squad.
friends. Hello. So today we're going to be making a character. We're going to be making a character, and we're going to be prepping for tomorrow's episode of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. So what we're gonna do, the way we're gonna structure this is the first probably 40 minutes or so, we're gonna help Sam make his character. Then we're gonna switch over. We're gonna look through the rule book a little bit, and then I'm going to basically prep the story stuff for tomorrow's one shot. If we don't manage to get through all of what I need to get through, we'll pick it up again tomorrow before the one shot. I've got a slot of time where we're gonna play a game, but I might switch. We'll see. Yeah, and so that's the plan. That's the plan for today, my friends. So thank you for being here. Yeah, the GM prep and everything, this will all make it to YouTube when we're done. But let me check and see if Sam is ready, and then if not, we'll just look through the thing. Let's see. Okay, cool. So let me get started here. All right, Sam has indicated to me that he's ready. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be playing a role-playing game with my dear friend Sam again. It's gonna be so good. All right. Well, let me get my Roll20 thing open, and then we'll give Sam a call. Okay. So I apologize in advance. The Discord video or voice might take a minute to get squared away. Let's try it out. Never works the first time, so we'll see. Hello. Did it work? It doesn't seem like it.
Hello?
There we go. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I can hear you too. Hey, buddy.
Good timing.
Hey.
I was just about to explain that I had a chaos spawn on me and she was yelling occasionally.
I heard that.
But...
I heard that soundbite. I recognize that voice.
Dukes just
Our
showed up.
illustrious champion returns.
Okay, let's make you a character. Let's make a character for Sam. Do you still have the Roll20 link that I sent you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you sign in, I'll assign you a character, and then we'll walk through the process. So originally, Sam had come to me and was like, I would like to play this. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then he watched the beginning of my character creation video and was offended that I called people who made choices babies instead of rolling. And so now he wants to roll. Is that true, Sam?
I love the world. I just didn't realize that that's how Warhammer approaches their character.
Yeah,
creation.
like you can choose yourself if you want, or you can choose from a list of choices. Like there's like a subset that you can choose from, or you can just pick, but you get less bonus experience every time.
Yeah, because I was initially like, dude, I'll just be a troll slayer. This is great. And then I read the book and it was like, you can be a troll slayer if you're a coward.
Yeah, you can choose.
And you don't want to roll any dice.
Yeah, if you don't want
and
to
I was
roll
like
a girl. Someone left me a really angry comment on the YouTube video when I was testing character creation that was like, this isn't fair because you could just tell your GM that you're rolling and then just make a character and come to the table and be like, I totally randomly rolled this. And I'm like, what the fuck group are you playing with where they would let you do that? Like, no, don't trust players. Players are liars. They're liars. They're sneaky liars. So, cool. All right, you're logged in. Let me give you a character here, and then we can
let us roll.
We can get this triumph train on the tracks. I think that Pocket is just going to be evil Batman. I think that's Pocket's character.
Isn't Pocket always a variation of Batman?
Her character name in the list for a really long time while we were doing character creation was not Darius, which I thought was pretty good.
Because Darius is like campy Batman.
Yeah,
from
campy
the
gay Batman.
80s.
Yep.
And then I think she's going Christopher Nolan on this one, but she seems to be rooted in Batman.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's fine. All right.
He's a good role model.
Let's see. Okay, so to be determined, we got this guy. And he's in your character sheet there. Perfect. Okay. All right. So let me delete this crappy other one that I don't need. Okay. So you got a character sheet in there now. You can pop that open and take a quick look through it.
Look how fancy this character sheet is. I know, right?
It has its own. It has its own like hover tooltips that change.
I have a quill.
Yeah. Right. There's a quill. There's a little bloody knife thing if you're doing your characteristics. It's a lot. It's a very extra character sheet. All right, my friend. So your first choice, the first thing that you need to do in making a character is either choose one of the 5 species or take your 20 bonus experience points and roll randomly, which means there's a 90% chance you'll be a human if you roll randomly.
Yeah. So this is the one where I think I might just choose anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Because 4 humans is lame.
Yeah. You want to be the Spock of the party?
I'm gonna be the dwarf.
You're gonna be a dwarf? Okay, cool. And that'll be fun because we haven't gotten to do any of the non-human character creation stuff. Okay, so your bonus XP is 0, but I respect your choice. So under species, in the top middle, put dwarf. And yeah, this is a good one to skip because you only lose out on 20 instead of 50.
This is the lowest XP, and then I'll just roll the rest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, bike chose from a list of 3 classes, so everybody wasn't totally random. Okay, so you put dwarf for your species, and we'll get back to what being a dwarf gives you in just a minute. And then for your class, roll a D100. So just in the chat, just /R space D100. Okay, so your class, if you choose to accept it, is for a dwarf, an agitator. A dwarven agitator. Let me read what agitators are. So a dwarven agitator would mean that you are you're basically like a rabble rouser. Let me get the game's description of agitator. Charismatic and articulate, you champion your cause in the face of establishment opposition. The picture of this is a guy holding a bunch of scrolls and yelling really loud. Like a cult leader, a hype man, a rebel or a renegade. Now, you can take that if you want. You can take that one. Or you can roll 2 more times to create a list of 3 you can choose from. So if you do that, you'll get 25 experience instead of 50. But yeah, if playing an agitator feels like not your jam, you can roll 2 more times.
Do I want to be the hype man, or do I want to be the man of hype?
So the Agitators Skills, just to give you an idea, the Agitators Skills, the Agitator can write, has the bribery skill, charm, consume alcohol, gossip, haggle, politics, and printing, like the trade printing. So you can like read and write. And they can get the talents blather, gregarious, panhandle, or reading and writing. Now you'll still be a dwarf. You'll get all the dwarf stuff. But this would be a dwarf who like knows how to operate a printing press and has opinions. And
how does that fit into the dynamic of our group? Do we have 3 illiterate boys?
So the group so far is an outlaw, a human outlaw. This is our not quite Batman, or evil Robin Hood. And then we have a beggar. Bike is playing a human beggar. And that's his ability, is he's a beggar. And then Dodger is playing a witch hunter. And I think she chose to be able to read and write. Yes. Yeah. She's a very strong, attractive witch hunter who can read and write.
Very strong in caps.
Yeah. Very strong in all caps. Read and write. Yeah.
Chat, what do we think? Do we want to be a hype man? Or do we want to try 2 more classes?
Yeah. Yeah. So the difference in like experience is, I think 50 or 20. Looks like people want a couple more options.
Let's roll 2 more.
Okay, so roll 2 more, and we'll build your options. I'll get back to that table. Okay, 10, 30, and 60. All right. So 10 is agitator. You could also be a townsman. Okay, good. So an agitator, a townsman, or let's see, 60 for a dwarf is
6 be good.
A bounty hunter.
Yep, there we go.
You're like, come on, something good. Come on. All right. Well, what's so good is that I think I'm gonna make you the bounty hunter who is trying to catch Pocket. I think that you will have her character Beatrix Bloodcake as your starting like bounty. And that works very nicely for the bit that I want to get.
Fantastic.
So that's great. Okay. All right. So you'll get 25 experience, I think, for this category. Plus 25. So I'll write that down for you. 25. Okay, so your on your character sheet, your class is Ranger. So that'll be next to Dwarf. So your class is Ranger, and your career is Bounty Hunter. Yeah. So actually, it's here. I'll move it for you. It's over there. Your career tier. There's different like kinds of bounty hunter.
Yeah. There's like 4 types, right?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. So you are a dwarven bounty hunter. Let's figure out your attributes. So as a dwarf, you're going to use a different table than everybody else because your attributes are dictated by your species. So I'll go through what the attributes are, and I'll show you where you're going to be filling those in. So under characteristics, there's a line, WS for weapon skill, BS for ballistic skill, strength, toughness, initiative, agility, dexterity, intelligence, willpower, and fellowship. So these are kind of your strength, dex, con.
Yeah.
That stuff for this. So you're going to roll, basically you're going to roll randomly. Then you'll have the option to move them around if you want to.
At an XP cost.
Yeah,
right?
at an XP cost.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll 2d10. We'll do what I do with the other guys. So you're going to roll 2d10, and for your weapon skill, it's plus 30, and then I'll write it down on your sheet for you.
Okay.
So,
45.
Yes. So you start with a 45 weapon skill. I think that's the best weapon skill in the game. You start 10 higher than everyone else because you're a dwarf. So that's good. That's very good weapon skill. So it's like melee weapons. Okay, 2d10 plus 20 for your ballistic skill. Okay.
There's a 1 in there. Okay.
Let's see, 8, 9, so 29 for that one. Okay. All right. Your strength is 2d10 plus 20.
Another 1.
Okay. All right. Your toughness is 2d10 plus 30. Okay, not bad.
Ooh.
Okay. Your initiative is 2d10 plus 20. Okay, 27. And your agility is 2d10 plus 10. As you might expect, not very agile. Kind of stunty. All right. Your dexterity is 2d10 plus 30. Nice. So the difference between agility and dexterity is like body, like running and jumping and climbing. And then dexterity is hand-eye coordination. So you're much better hand-eye coordination than you have agility. Your intelligence is 2d10 plus 20. Okay, 34. Your willpower is 2d10 plus 40. Okay. Oh,
1 and a 3.
that sucks. It's a good thing you got a plus 40 on that one. And then your fellowship is 2d10 plus 10. 17.
I've rolled so many 1s.
Not very friendly. Okay, here, I'm going to move out of the way so people can see your rolls a little better. Okay, so now you can choose to leave those things where they are, or and take 50 experience, or you can take 25 experience and you can shuffle them around.
So I could just swap willpower with int and then int with strength and get 44 strength.
Yeah. You could put your 44 in strength and then move something your next best stat. Because then you'd have weapon skill, toughness, and a decent willpower, and a good strength. Like those would even out pretty well.
Yeah, let's move willpower to strength.
Okay, now let me check about the modifiers because I think it might just move the rolls. Rearrange the numbers, assigning each. Oh, yeah. So keep in mind it's just the moves that are rolled. You get to keep the numbers. So you have a 7, you have a 4, right? And those will get added to.
Oh, so I'm moving
else.
the 6 and the 8.
Yeah, so that 44 won't translate. That 44 will become a 4 somewhere else, and you'll move something else into.
Okay. Well,
into willpower.
If we swap the.
So let me write
If we
down.
swap the willpower roll.
Yeah, I'll write down everything that you have, and you take a look at it, and I'll write down what all your bonuses are, and then
Let's swap the willpower roll with the int roll.
So weapon skill is plus 30. Ballistic skill is 20.
Oh, that's not needed at all, actually.
Strength is 20. Toughness is 30. Initiative is 20. Agility is 10. And then we'll look at your rolls, and you can like kind of reassign if that's what you want to do. Dex is 30. Because you could get some pretty good numbers if you move some of the things in. Int is 20. Willpower is 40. And fellowship, I believe, is 10. Yeah, fellowship is 10. Okay. So that's what your stat array like looks like. And then for numbers that you rolled, you've got, let's see, 17.
I rolled a 4, a
7.
7.
9. 17, 7, 7, 9. 14.
I think this stat spread's okay. I think we should just go with this.
4. Yeah, like I don't know that you're
weapon
gonna get
skill and toughness. I don't really need strength that much. Just be a resilient bastard.
Yeah, like looking at it, they're not bad. Like
Let's
your initiative being low is not a huge deal. Your toughness is quite good. Your weapon skill is quite good. I don't see anything that really needs shoring up. Like your strength would be the only thing I could think of. But I think as a bounty hunter, you might get a chance to boost your strength with the XP that you're getting anyway. So yeah, I think hang on to it. I think that's cool. Yeah, the 4 sucks, but you've got a higher bonus. So okay, yeah, let's hang on to that. So that gives you 50 more XP. Excellent. Okay. All right. So now you're going to get some advances to spend on your character based on your class. So on your sheet, I'm going to get you to where it says career, and there's all those check boxes. I'll give you some that you need to check off. Do you see what I'm talking about? The little like above where it says like 45 on weapon skill. Yeah. So okay. So click weapon skill, click toughness, and click agility. So those are your classes 3. Those are your classes 3 like built-in ones. So you're gonna get to spend 5 advances on those 3 things. Now, when I say an advance, it just means add 1 to the advances column, which will bring the total up. So if you put 1 advance into weapon skill, your weapon skill becomes 46, for example. So you can choose, you have 5 points total.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, 5 points between those 3. And you can just put them all into weapon skill if you want, or like 3 weapon skill, 2 toughness, and leave your agility low.
Yeah, let's put 5 in weapon skill.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So you have a default 50-50 chance of hitting anything with your weapon. Cool. You're very skilled at weapons. Okay, so that's that. Now you're going to need to assign fate and resilience, which I need to check for dwarves. I don't know what those are yet. For a dwarf, your fate begins at 0.
Fantastic.
So you can just leave that. Your resilience begins at 2. And you have 2 points to spend. So fate is how lucky you are. Resilience is how tough you are and how able you are to resist bad things happening to you. You're currently at 0 and 2, but you can bump the fate up. So you could be 2 and 2, or you could be 0 and 4. Or 3 and 1, however you.
Fate is just luck.
Fate is your luck, yeah.
I think a bounty hunter has to be pretty lucky.
Yeah. Okay. So you can do 2 and 2.
Yeah, let's do 2 and 2.
Okay. So that means your fortune and resolve both start as 2 and 2. I would ask you to create a motivation, but it looks like you got that covered. As a dwarf, your movement is 3, your walk is 6, and your run is 9, because you got them little legs. And now we'll figure out your species, skills, and talents. So down below all this stuff is a section called skills. And there's a list of basic skills, a list of melee specializations, ranged specializations, and then an area called grouped and advanced skills on the bottom left. You can see these are pre-filled for a lot of your stats. So like melee basic is based on your weapon skill. You're going to advance these skills independently. That'll boost up some of your abilities. So like
Roger.
generally your fellowship is 17, but you could put points into a skill to make your charm application of that better.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will tell you we're going to do dwarf first, and then we'll do all of your stuff as a bounty hunter. So I'm going to make a quick list for you to refer to here. So as a dwarf, your dwarf skills are all dwarves are potentially good at consume alcohol. Alcohol, there we go. Cool. Endurance. Entertain, storytelling. Evaluate. Intimidate. Language. Kazalid, which I guess is Dwarven. Lore dwarfs. Lore geology. So you won't necessarily get these, but these are the ones you're going to choose from. Geology. Lore metallurgy. And then melee basic and any one trade. Okay, melee basic. Yeah, everybody gets Reich spiel, which is the language of the Reich. If you don't take Kazalid, you don't speak Dwarven. But that's probably because you were raised by humans. That could be why you don't speak your native language. Or your parents like have been away from dwarves so long that's a thing. And then trade. Yeah, any one. Okay, so you have now this is a bit complicated. I'll say it once and then we'll pause. I'll say it again to help you understand it. So you're gonna pick of these that I just listed. You're gonna pick 3 of them, and they get 5 advances, which means 3 of those skills on your character sheet. You'll put a 5 in the advances column. Then you're gonna pick 3 of them that you didn't pick in the first set, and give them 3 advances each. So if in your first batch you put a 5 in consume alcohol, cool, and endurance, your 3s have to go into things that are not those, like entertain, evaluate, intimidate, whatever.
Okay. So then our 3s go into consume alcohol. Language Kazalid.
Okay. So for languages, you can put those under grouped and advanced skills.
Okay.
Yeah. So just click the add button, and that'll add a new one for you.
Cool, and make that advanced 3.
Yep. So you've got 5s in cool, endurance, and melee basic, and then you've got 3s.
Language Kazalid would be int, right?
It is based on int. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and then you got 3s in consume alcohol, and then you got two more, or one more after language Kazalid.
Intimidate.
Intimidate.
And
okay, that's it. You got them. So it's Kazalid, intimidate, and consume alcohol.
Great.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. So those are your base. I'm gonna leave this list here because you might need it for spending your XP at the end. All right. So our Dwarven Bounty Hunter, you're gonna get some talents, which are to the right of the grouped and advanced skills. And unlike the humans, you're not gonna roll for any of these, but you are gonna have to pick from a few lists. So the first talent you get is magic resistance, because you're a dwarf and dwarves are resistant to magic. So you just click add and then type in magic resistance.
Oh, I'm actually putting them in. Okay.
Yep. So you'll get these. These are free for you. Yep. Okay. And then add another one. This one is night vision, because dwarves, these are natural, like physical qualities of being a dwarf. So your next one, you got to make a choice. Do you want to be able to read or write, or do you want to be relentless?
Relentless.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let me look at what relentless does, because it may give you.
Wait, do I need to read and write to take bounties?
No, they have pictures on them.
Yeah, they have pictures. I can
pictures.
read the word wanted, right, and money.
Yeah, right.
But,
you know what wanted looks like. You can maybe like counting is different from reading, so you could be like, this is a wanted poster. It has a picture of someone's face, and
I can see how much gold.
You can see how much money it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me look and see what relentless does for you. It is a talent, and let's see. Relentless. So relentless means This is perfect for you. When you have your mind set on a target, there's nothing anyone can do to stop you from reaching them. If you use advantage when disengaging, you may keep a number of advantage equal to your level of relentless. Furthermore, you may use advantage to disengage, even if you have lower advantage than your opponents, which mechanically I'm sure doesn't make any sense. But basically it means that if someone tries to stop you by like getting in your face in combat, you can use your relentless and maintain your combat advantage. You can shove them out of the way and go after the person you're really trying to kill.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's great. That sounds fantastic.
IE pocket.
Yeah,
Great.
IE pocket, exactly. So yeah, the game, and I'll kind of explain it a little bit at the beginning, but like you have her bounty, but we're doing this kind of like action movie thing where you're all caught in a bad situation and have to work together for the time being. But the reason you're
I can't cash in the bounty if I'm dead.
Exactly, and the reason that you're there is like hunting her down, but there'll be like a bigger complication on top of it. So it'll make a fun kind of way for you and her to like butt heads, right? Okay, so that's you chose relentless. Let's see what else you get for your species. You're gonna get here we go, species talents. So you're gonna get resolute or strong-minded. I can read those for you. And then you get this one. This one you have to make a choice. Put sturdy on the sheet.
Okay.
So you get sturdy and then either resolute or strong-minded. And the difference between those...
they sound similar.
Right, they do, don't they? Resolute is you add your level... Oh, this is pretty good. You launch into attacks with grim determination. Add your level of resolute to your strength bonus when you charge. So that
would be helpful for a low strength.
That's cool. Or what was the other one? Strong-minded. Is that what it was called? I think that one's just a boost to your willpower, but let's double check.
Yeah, let's do the strength one because we have pretty low strength.
Strong-minded, just so we know for sure. Add your level in strong-minded to your maximum resolve pool. Okay, so like you're either more resolute or you get that attack, that damage bonus when you like charge at somebody. So that'll be your other one. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's go look at what your class with being a bounty hunter does. So this is all just dwarf stuff so far. So you get your advances, your talents. Okay. So now you've got 40 points to spend on a list of skills that I will give you, and you can spend them in any way you want as long as you don't spend more than 10 points in one thing. And this is all going to come from being a bounty hunter. So I will make a list for you and for chat so they can follow along. The bounty hunter skills are bribery, charm, gossip, haggle, intuition, melee, basic, outdoor survival, and perception. So you have 8. And at first tier as a bounty hunter, you are a thief taker. All right. So our dwarven thief taker, you have 40 points to spend among those abilities.
Okay.
And you can spend them as however you want, as long as you don't put more than 10 advances into one thing.
And this is going to go in the modifier column?
This will go under advances. So if you already have some advances, just like bump them up.
Let's do 10 in melee.
Nice. Okay.
Let's do 10 in outdoor survival.
Okay.
Let's do 10 in perception.
Okay. You're just going all in on the big ones, hey? Okay, so that's one. It's 10, 20,
10
30.
Intuition.
And 10 in intuition. Okay, perfect.
There we go.
Nice and easy. So you have a 65 basic for melee, and you've shored up some of your weaknesses in other places. So that's great. Okay, now you're gonna choose one of these talents, and I'll read them and then I'll tell you what they do. So the talents are. Yeah, this bounty hunter is good at getting his mark, but someone else needs to do the business shit for you. So your talent options are break and enter, shadow, strike to stun, a Warhammer classic, or suave. I'm guessing probably not that last one. And I'll tell you what all of these do.
I mean, I feel like we're already going to go for strike to stun, but
yeah, but
feel free
just in case. Yeah, just in case. So we see. We'll show them how the choice is being made. So break and enter. Break and enter is that you get melee when forcing or breaking inanimate objects. You're an expert at quickly breaking down doors and forcing entry. You may add +1 damage for each level in this talent when determining damage against inanimate objects, such as windows, chests, doors, and similar. So it's literally breaking to enter. Shadow is almost certainly a stealth bonus.
Yeah, I got 17 dodge.
Yeah, so
Not a
Shadow...
mover.
Shadow is you're skilled at you're skilled at following people without being spotted. You can use the shadowing rules without doing a combined test. Instead, you test just against your perception or stealth, whichever is higher. So it just makes you good at following people.
I did just put 10 in perception.
Yeah. Strike to stun, I believe, makes you better at knocking people out. Strike to stun. You know where to hit an opponent to bring them down fast. You ignore the called shot penalty to strike the head when using a melee weapon with the pummel quality. Further, you count all improvised weapons as having the pummel quality. So you're really good at hitting people in the head with objects. It's pretty good. Like, you're especially good at like grabbing a bottle and smashing someone over the head with it, or using like a club or like anything that you use to hit someone in the head to knock them out. It's the bonking skill. So there's that. And then Suave, if you are Suave, you get a +5 bonus to your starting fellowship.
Okay, well, I can't foresee a need to shadow in this one shot.
Yeah.
But I can see plenty of need to bonk.
Yes.
So let's do strike to stun.
Okay, yeah. I think that's probably a good call. Okay, good. So you're gonna take strike to stun as your next talent. And cool, and you're good to go. So let's see. You spent your 40 points. You got your talents out of the way. Now I think you get your trappings. So this is all the gear you start with. So you are you're a ranger. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the character sheet,
yeah,
there's a section called trappings, and there's like a little add button. So I'm gonna list off your trappings. You write them down.
Yeah.
So you start with a cloak. You get clothing. You get a dagger. You get a pouch. You get a backpack. You get a tinderbox. A blanket. And 1 day of rations. Now you're going to get some career stuff, and then you're going to get some money. So a bounty hunter, let's see where a bounty hunter fits in society. Let's see what you're silver 1, so that's not bad. So I'm just going to scroll back up and add this. So your status is silver. Your social status, which means you're better than like a peasant or a beggar. You have some degree of social status. It means also that you're going to roll on the silver table to get money. But we'll do that in a second. So the rest of your trappings, as a bounty hunter, you get a hand weapon, which I imagine you'll want something with the pummel quality. We'll pick that in a sec. So you get a hand weapon.
Is this under trappings?
Yeah. Keep adding these to trappings.
Cool.
So you get a hand weapon. You get a leather jerkin, which is armor, and then you get you get rope, which is useful. Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. So you have a hand weapon, you got leather jerkin, and you got a rope. So let's roll for how many pieces of silver you begin with. So as a silver, it is for you 1d10. So roll a d10. Okay. So you start with 5, whatever they call them, silver shillings. So that's up just above your skills. And I like that this character sheet does the math for you, so you don't have to figure out, because it doesn't use base 10. So you have 60D. It's the smallest unit.
This is a very good character.
It's a really nice character sheet, yeah. So you have 5 pieces of silver in your pocket when you begin the campaign, and then you have a bunch of other miscellaneous gear. I'll add in your armor and your weapon for you, but let's talk about what you want your hand weapon to be.
It's an axe.
Because with everybody else, we didn't really have time, but we can take our time. So let me find the weapons, and then you can. Now, if you take an axe, you won't have a pummeling weapon, right? You won't be able to use your strike to stun with an axe
It's
because
true.
hitting someone with an axe.
Maybe we need some brass knuckles or something.
Yeah, or like a club, or yeah. Let me find the combat section, and we'll find weapons for you. Combat, magic, the consumer's guide. Here we go. Weapons and armor. All right, so some options for pummeling weapons. Obviously a dagger is not. Let's see. You want basic melee weapons. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So any hand weapon, any like basic hand weapon, just has its own stats. That's cool. What do we have that pummels? A Warhammer. It's a two-handed weapon. Is that a separate skill? I don't think so. Oh, it is. Ah, interesting. Okay. So melee basic is like a set of weapons. So you could have a club as your hand weapon. But if you want to upgrade to a Warhammer, that's a two-handed weapon and uses a slightly different skill that your character doesn't have. Interesting. But remember, you treat any improvised weapon as a pummeling weapon. So you could grab a bottle or a chair or whatever and pummel with it. So if you want your hand weapon to be an axe, that's okay. It just means that if you want to pummel somebody, you'll have to grab an object that's around, a brick, a chair leg.
Let's play on the stun. Let's go for a club or something.
Yeah, like a club. Okay. So we'll say club, and then you also have a dagger. And their encumbrance is 1. Hand weapons reach is average. It's got average length club. A dagger is very short. Damage is your strength bonus +4 for improvised weapon. I wonder if I can just put +4. Let's find out. Ooh, I can. There you go. You would have missed hitting someone in the left leg with your club. Okay, so what's your strength bonus? 2.
Wait, so it doesn't go off weapon skill because of strength?
No, it's damage is weapon skill. So the roll is melee basic, which is you're gonna be good to hit. You get a +6 to damage because your bonus is +2. Dagger is +4 for you, and then a club's qualities are none, and a knife's qualities or a dagger quality same. Okay. Good. Okay, so if you stab somebody, let's see how it goes. Haha! Success. You stab someone in the right leg with your dagger. Cool. Okay.
For
great.
4 damage.
Yes. Well, you see where it says SL2. So that's the severity of how much like extra. So this would actually I think be 6 damage. Because you got a 49 against a 65. The character sheet does all of the complicated math and shit for us, which is really nice. So yeah, the important stuff on a roll is damage and the SL there, and then I guess hit location. Cool. All right, great. Ooh, a crit. Yeah, so there you go. So you got your gear. I'll figure out your armor for you, so you know where you have armor. It's probably just on your chest. And I think all we got to do now is come up with like a name so that JP can finish the overlays, and that's it. Now, as a dwarf, the dwarven naming conventions. Dwarf names tend to be short and sturdy like the people they represent and are most commonly given to celebrate important ancestors, though individual clan traditions vary. Another common practice is to use a birth name to describe a key trait of newborn in Kazlid, the dwarf native language. Examples: Alric, Bronda, Dimzad, Gotri, Snorri, Gudrun. Or Kazlid examples like Baragaz, cannon mouth, Noldok, Nazriel, Okri. You can come up with a name that sounds dwarven. And then for last names, they're based on who raised the dwarf. So it would be like, you could be Baragaz Alriksson or Baragaz Gotrisnev. SNEV, Snev, or Sniz are nephew and niece. So if your aunt or your uncle raised you, you can use those ones. So yeah, so this is it's in the PDF that I sent you. If you want to think on it, you don't have to decide now, but it's on page 38.
I think I do have to decide now because JP's yelling at me. Sorry,
You
mate.
can also come up with like a nickname for your character too, right? Like Stone Fist, Forkbeard, Axebringer, Eagle Eye, right? So it could be just something that you've picked up because your character is not like brand new. So think on that. We'll make sure you get it to JP like quick, but let's do the age and height and all that stuff. Do you want to roll randomly to see how old you are?
Yes.
Okay, roll 10d10. Hugely swingy age for dwarves.
70.
All right, you're 85.
Great.
Yep, so you're 85. Do you want to roll to see how tall you are and what color your eyes and hair are?
I mean, I don't have any hair and I have an eye patch.
Okay, let's roll to see what color your existing eye is.
Do it.
Yeah, roll 2d10. Okay, your one good eye is, let's see, 6 for a dwarf. It's blue. You have one blue eye and one hole where an eye would be. And then roll a d10. Let's see if I can do my math. You're 4'6". You're a dwarf. You're still taller than Dodger. Okay. Cool. All right. So you'll need an ambition, like a long-term ambition for your character. It's like your character's goal, like the thing that you want to accomplish.
Is
Again,
that my personal long term?
yeah, personal long-term. We'll figure out party long and short-term, and then I'll get you to do your short-term goal at the beginning of the session after I establish kind of like, it'll be the end of the first act. I'll be like, so here's where we are. What are you going to do? Now you can spend that XP that you got. So you got 25 from your class and career, and you got 50 from your attributes. You can spend it to improve, and this is why I left these lists. You can spend it to improve your 3 characteristics that are ticked for your character. You can spend it on these skills, your dwarf skills. You can spend it on your bounty hunter skills. You could buy another talent, but you're 25 points shy. So basically, it'll just get you more skills. And the math for all of this is in the book that I gave you, and it's on page 43. I didn't make everybody else do this on stream, so you can kind of look at it and make those decisions when you feel like it. People want you to roll for the color of your beard. Do you have a beard color already in mind? Or
Yeah, I have a huge beard. Let's roll for it.
You want to roll? All right, we're going to roll for beard color. Let me find that table because you got to know there is one. Here we go. Okay, 2d10. Your enormous beard is bronze. It is bronze colored.
Perfect.
There you go. Big old bronze beard. Cool. All right. So that's that. You're basically ready to go. You just got to do a little extra math to finish your XP, come up with a name for your character, think about what they want in life. And it could very easily be like, you know, bring the outlaw Beatrix Bloodcake to justice. You could do that if you want. And that's it. Your character's ready to go. Yeah, Grimbonk Bronzebeard.
There we go. That's the name.
Okay. Let's see. Did you name your character? I don't see it. What did you name him?
What?
What's his name? There he is. Yeah, Grimbonk. I love it. All right, cool. So get that over to JP, and we can get those overlays done, and we can get you started on bonking people. So the one shot, the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay one shot, is tomorrow. So Monday at 3:00 Pacific. It's me and Sam, and Dodger and Pocket and Bike Man, and we're gonna get our grimdark fantasy on. So I hope you will tune in. Sam, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Sorry I took up so much of your time.
No, it's cool. I'm gonna kick you out because now I gotta go do GM stuff. So
Yeah, this is secret stuff I can't know about. I gotta go.
That's right. All right.
Good luck.
All right. See you tomorrow, Sam.